we're about to dive deep into the game with the conversation with Stephanie Scott, but I mean, the game came down to the wire here, 84-82, but we just want to talk about the impact because it was the first women's college basketball Final Four that sold out. I mean, did you guys know at that moment how special and how historical that was?
I think we knew at the beginning of the game that it was a sellout, and part of that was because our fans had scrambled so hard for tickets. There were so many people from Lubbock that went, and some of them went without tickets, and they bought them off the streets. And if you're buying tickets off the streets for women's basketball in that age, it's pretty full. And we were so grateful for all the people from here that went, and the fact that we were playing in front of a full house.
And playing a full house, and Stephanie does recap that. So we're going to head to that interview right now.
Steph, 30 years ago, I can't even hardly believe that it's been that long. I think that makes me pretty old. But what do you,
I know how old I am, Coach Schafer. So
when you think back on it now, just talk a little bit about some of the amazing memories. You know, just highlight a couple of things that probably, as soon as you think about the championship, come to your mind.
I just remember it was kind of surreal. I mean, we just kept winning, and we were just so super focused, and I think that was just due to our good senior leadership and y'all and the coaching staff. Y'all kept us focused, and it just was. It still is a great time. I'm still in Lubbock. Me and you are like one of the only few that have stayed in Lubbock and never left. So I still, you know, people are still excited. Like, hey, did you know she was on the national championship team? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you weren't even born then. How do you even know about that? But it's fun to still be part of that and still be in Lubbock where, you know, people can appreciate it.
When you knew we were winning and when we had the championship won, what did you do?
I don't know if I knew we won it until like the buzzer went off, but what I remember is like people like say, oh yeah, y'all won 84-82 and Cheryl had 168 points, and I'm quick to remind them that I think I had 3 points and we only won by 2.
There you go.
So if I hadn't made my 3 points, we would have lost by 1, Coach Sharp.
We would have been in trouble.
And I think that was when I did my right-handed layup on the left side, but it went in. It's okay. It still counts.
After the game, and this is one thing that I remember so vividly when we were sitting in the dressing room after we'd won the national championship, and we all just were kind of looking at each other, and there was not very much sound. And I think you said at that point, what do we do now? What do we do now? You know, and I thought that was really cool. But talk about when we got back to Lubbock and the Jones Stadium experience and how that felt.
Back in Lubbock, it was crazy. Just to hear stories about people jumping in the fountains and how crazy it was on University and Broadway. It was real fun to just see the reaction. And you know, we all had these shirts on, and I know that we were at the stadium, and everybody was wondering why we had these colors. This is just what they issued us. And after I got picked up from the stadium, I was, you know, it was a traffic jam in Lubbock. You couldn't get anywhere. And I told my friend I was with, hey, watch this. I'm going to step outside the car. And you're like, no, you're not. Do not. Because if I would have stepped out in this green jacket, people would be like, oh, my, horns would have been honking. And it had caused a scene for sure back then.
We got to go to the White House. We finally met the president after he was delayed trying to work on some problem in Bosnia, I think.
Yes, it was serious.
We were with North Carolina's men, and we were out in the Rose Garden. Talk about the cat.
Well, I'm an animal person, and so Socks, Mrs. Clinton's cat, was tied up to the tree right outside the Oval Office. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a picture of the cat. So I think Coach Weiss took a picture, but I have a picture of me. I have my big old bow and my floral dress on because that was real popular back in the 90s. But so there's a picture of me holding this cat. But like as soon as we took the picture, all these Secret Service agents jumped out of the bushes and was like, ma'am, you need to put the cat down, please. Miss Clinton does not like anyone touching her cat. So I'm like, ooh, okay, my bad.
You kind of tossed the cat to the ground. I'm thinking we're going to get thrown out before we ever even get to see him.
Yeah. But,
I love that. It's one of my very favorite
stories. I mean, I think I recently put a picture on Facebook with it because, I mean, I'm so proud. I had this black and white cat named Socks. I mean, who gets to take a picture with the president's cat?
Exactly,
I mean, it was awesome.
Just an amazing conversation with Stephanie right there. I mean, she hit the nail on the head. Coach, did you expect anything like that going into the Jones? Did you have any idea what type of crowd that was going to be like?
You know, I think we knew that there was something, but I think we probably thought it was in the Municipal Coliseum and that people were going to be waiting for us there. Never in our wildest dreams did we think about there being 40,000 people in the football stadium to welcome us home. But I do remember that they got us off on the tarmac. We didn't even go inside the airport, and brought us on limousines. And then when we got to Broadway and University, you could see the very top corner of Jones Stadium, and it was full. And I remember thinking to myself, if that corner is full of people, the whole thing is full.
Yeah.
And it was such an amazing moment. I mean, you can't even imagine when you came out from under the tunnel how loud our fans were to welcome us home. And it's something that we'll never forget. It was probably one of the very best moments of the entire championship, and we are just still so thankful to our fans for showing up like that, because it made it's such a really special thing. I think Krista says we knew at that moment what we had done.
A lot has changed in 30 years, and unfortunately, you guys lost two important key members of y'all's team, Noelle and Michelle. Just kind of speak on the important role that those two ladies had.
Well, we were devastated the summer that we lost them, about a little over 2 months apart. They both were warriors. They were both important members of that team. One of them was a freshman that year and one a sophomore. Noelle was the sophomore, and they played major roles in our program for several years after the championship. I think the summer that we lost them was most amazing to me was how much courage Noelle faced her battle with cancer with. And she told me every time I saw her or talked to her that, you know, she learned a lot of that from athletics and from handling adversity. And Michelle's was a lot quicker than that. She didn't have an opportunity. We never really got to say goodbye to her because it was pretty sudden. We were a devastated group, and I think the thing that really impresses me the most, even to this day, about that is how much that team rallied around each other, even after that many years, and really took care of those two individuals, their families, and then how much they took care of each other. I told them a few weeks ago that, you know, we are bound forever, and I could tell that by the way that they handled adversity within themselves. And I'm just really impressed with them, and really glad that they have that they shared together. Mm-hmm. Even though that was such a devastating time, I think they came out of it knowing how important they were to each other.
Mm-hmm. And their names will definitely be cemented as legends for years to come. But we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of the 30th anniversary special right here on KLBK.